Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. In this video, somehow I'm working on myself again. Okay, so like I don't upload the videos that I film in sequence of when I film them. So my most recent video was me working on myself. That was definitely after this video was filmed. I found this one on my phone and I was like, oh yeah, okay. So that's what this is. I had intentions of doing a dark brown set with some snakeskin or leopard print, actually foil. But when I thought about it, it was reminding me a bit much of my snakeskin nude set that I had done maybe a month or two ago. So it definitely changed by the time, I got done working on myself. But yeah, in this set, I am working with some new tips that I just got on Amazon. I will link them below. They're not bad tips. They're gorgeous. They just have a slight, I'll say like Empress style curve to them. I am not a fan of a curved nail. Like these nails came out beautiful. They were great. They were lovely, but the curve was driving me insane. I just can't, but ignore that. I started off with prepping my nails like I normally do. I already went in and cut the tips down to the length that I prefer. The shape, I love a tapered square. And I blended the tips with my sanding band. I primed with the Mia Secret primer situation set, so the dehydrator, the primer, and then I went in with a thin coat of the Young Nails protein bond. And now I'm going in with a very thin layer of clear acrylic. I'm using the Young Nails Core Clear just to give myself a base on my nail plates. Definitely with this dark brown acrylic so that there's no chance of staining or anything like that. And when I go in for a fill or to change my design, I don't have to worry about hitting my natural nail bed. And that's what that's looking like. So this color I actually created on my own. It's really smooth. I made sure to blend the heck out of it. I really wanted a dark brown acrylic color. I didn't have one. I was like, what the heck is going on? It's fall. I don't have any dark brown. I definitely ordered a whole bunch. So I do have a haul video that's gonna come soon once all of my packages arrive. But I went in and custom mixed this color. So I wasn't expecting it to be this dark. I definitely didn't realize that the monomer would make the color way darker. The intended color was the color of the acrylic that you see in the pot, like a nice mocha brown, but this definitely was dark brown. But I still liked it. It was edgy, it was dark. I used some pastel chalk and mica powders. I will link those below. I've used the same, what is it called? Pastel chalk set to create multiple shades. It's really great that you can make your own acrylics. I don't even know what I'm saying. But yes, I'm applying this acrylic on all 10 fingers. I had an idea to just do a very simple set. I just wanted it to be brown, dark, and have that leopard skin print, but that does change. But basically, there's nothing fancy happening on any of these nails. You do see that I have a different acrylic color there. I was playing around with the idea of ombreing one of the fingers, a nude to the dark brown, and I started off doing it, but I was just kind of like, let's just keep it simple. So I'm just applying this brown acrylic custom color to all 10 fingers, making sure to clean the sidewalls to maintain a good shape, and I'm gonna clear cap after anyway, so you can just watch that. And here is me covering up that ombre. So I had started the ombre, but I was just kind of like, man, I don't have time for all of this. And I wasn't sure where it was going, so I just went in and covered it up with the dark brown acrylic anyway. Just giving you a shot of all 10 fingers. As you can see, my right hand that I did with my non-dominant left hand is not so bad. I'm definitely getting better at that. But I am clear capping, actually not with a clear acrylic. So this acrylic that I'm using is called Angel. It's not exactly clear. It's a glow in the dark acrylic, and it's kind of like, how would you describe this color? It's kind of like an off-white, but if it was really sheer. So you can definitely clear cap with this color, but it's not clear. It's like off-white, sheer off-white kind of color. And I really thought it would be cool to use because it glows in the dark. So this set did glow a little bit just because of this clear capping situation, I guess off-white sheer capping situation. But yeah, I'm just using this acrylic from the red acrylics to cap all of my nails for string. And now it is time to file. So I'm taking my 100-180 hand file and I am just cleaning up the sidewalls, perfecting the shape, and making sure that the free edge is flat, 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 because that's the shape that we want. But yeah, that's all I'm doing here. One tip that I do have for hand filing or just getting your shape as crisp as you can is to look at your nails in different angles. If you see I'm turning my hands all around, I'm looking with my hand straight on, I'm turning it towards me, I might twist it upside down. It's just best to look at them from all angles. Sometimes if you work with your fingers kind of like curled towards you, like I know that my fingers are not all straight, my pointer finger turns inwards, like it's just best to look at the nails from all different directions. You'll see me doing that, putting my hand out to see, hey, did I file that straight or not, you know? But yeah, just move your fingers around in different directions. You'll see me doing that, checking to see if something might look straight in one direction and then be a little bit wonky in a different one. So yeah, I would just suggest to do that. After that, I'm going in with an E-file and I'm using a extra fine tapered carbide bit. It's the same bit that I used in my most recent video, funnily enough, and I'm using it to clean those cuticle area and sidewalls, make them nice and thin, and then to smooth out the surface of the nail. It is not a safety bit, so you do have to be careful, but yeah, it works really, really well for separating the eponychium area from the actual acrylic. After cleaning up the cuticle area and sidewalls, I'm going in with my 5-in-1 carbide bit in a fine grit, and this is a safety, and the point of this one is just to smooth out the actual surface of the nail. And to help graduate my buffing situation and to smooth out the nail from any scratches that may have come from the E-file or hand file, I'm going in with a block buffer. I'm going to graduate down to a finer grit buffer afterwards and then clean with Young Nail Swipe to get rid of any dust and debris. I do use a manicure brush as well, especially in the cuticles and under the nails. That's important too, to make sure that there's no dust or anything like that on the nails. And now that we're all clean and ready to go, I am taking my paint palette. It's just a resin palette that I got on Amazon a while ago. It's really great. I love using it for artwork. It's just super handy. And I'm using some glossy top coat from Beetles. I also have a matte top coat on the table from the two guys that I will be using at the same time. I am going to be doing so the plan was to do that leopard skin print, but I was like, I don't know. So I'm just going to be doing some tone on tone texture. So I'm starting off with the ring finger. I'm applying that matte top coat generously across the entire nail, making sure to be clean around the sidewalls and cuticle area. You don't want to flood your cuticle area, especially with the matte top coat, because it's going to give it that weird cast. I'm cleaning the sidewalls and making sure it's good. Then I'm going to take a detail brush. It's a liner brush that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to draw on this weird, it's not an alligator skin. I don't know what kind of animal has this kind of skin, but I am just using, so the matte top coat is not cured, it is still wet. I am taking a liner brush, I'm dipping it into a glossy top coat, and I am just floating it over the matte top coat. I'm not pressing it in, just floating it over, and the matte top coat kind of acts as a blooming gel, and it kind of just lets the glossy top coat kind of just spread just a tiny bit. You can kind of see the design that I'm going for. I don't know what animal this resembles, but after you cure it for 60 seconds, this is what it looks like. Not to fear, you're just gonna go in with a second coat. So this coat, as you can see, I'm just getting a bead of gel top coat on the brush, and I am just floating it over. I'm not pressing whatever's on the brush, I'm lightly just dragging it over the established already glossy areas. And this is just gonna build some texture and definition. It's gonna raise the gel a little bit just so you have a little bit of texture on the nail. And then after that, cure for 60 seconds. You can definitely do this more times, but then the nail will just get more bulky. But I found that 2 layers of the gel for the texture was good enough. And after curing, this is what the nail is looking like, matte with a glossy texture finish. And it's really cool. It kind of feels like bubbles, and you can feel the ridges on the nail. It was cool. I liked the tone on tone. It wasn't too much. So I thought that I was done. I was like, all right, let's just top coat the rest of the nails a nice matte, because you know I'm a matte girl through and through, and we'll be done. Obviously, that's not what happened because the video has a little bit left to go. So I went and I top coated all of the rest of the nails with a matte top coat, but then I decided I wanted another nail to have the same texture. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the middle finger, but this was a little bit different. I did not use the matte top coat as a base without curing. As you can see, I already cured this matte top coat, so I just go in with 2 layers of the glossy top coat to build my texture. And you can see here, because there is no matte top coat, the glossy gel has nowhere to kind of float to, so the little bubbles that I'm drawing aren't spreading as wide as they did on the other finger. So I mean, I will suggest to use a matte top coat first without curing and then doing this texture, but it came out fine either way. Draw all of your dots, cure for 30 seconds, and then redo it. So every single bubble area, just float on some more gel. This is what both hands were looking like. I think it came out really good. It was just a nice bit of something without being too much, because the color in itself was drastic enough, but obviously I'm still not done. I decided to add these gold metal pieces. So I got these from Sugar and Cream, I believe, actually. They have a really good nail charm selection, like metal charms for nails. It's really great. So I'm using these. They're kind of like a twisted rope, but they're tiny little straight bars of gold charms. I'm using the Zula bling adhesive to just add a tiny, line of the glue. I use my hurry up spray just so that they don't move. And I just thought that the gold was just a nice hint to kind of give these nails a little bit of life. They were just so dark. I just felt like it needed a little bit of something. So all of the nails that don't have the texture are getting this gold bar. And I just spray it with the hurry up spray, and it's pretty much done. But because the video still has a little bit more to go, I decided that I needed a little bit more on the nail. So underneath every single bar, I am adding a textured gold circle charm. So just a dab of the Zula bling adhesive and then placing that on. I will say though that a few days after this, I had to go back and add a little bit more adhesive because the circles were not staying very well. They are hollow, or I guess concave on the insides. So I guess I didn't add enough of the adhesive to kind of fill that gapped area in. So they were like popping off fairly easily. Then I decided I wanted a little bit more on the textured nail. So I'm just adding one of the circle charms towards the cuticle area, and then I promise I'm done. I think it came out really good. I do have a photo for you of the set. I think it came out really good. And yeah, I didn't wear these nails very long. I'm not gonna lie. I took them off after maybe 5 or 6 days, and it's not because of the design. It was because of the curve. The tips, I just could not deal. I just need a straight tip. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Here's my hand in front of one of my plants. I'm such a plant lady. Subscribe if you want some more, like, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.